From Phoenix, Arizona, it is the premier event in amateur baseball. It's the Dick's Sporting Goods Perfect Game All-American Classic. Downtown Phoenix, Copper Square. This is the future of the game. This is the 21st edition of this game. And oh, we're so glad to introduce you to the future of the game. David Ronsley, for 3 decades, one of the great scouts covering baseball as players develop into pros. Hunter Pence, he was a great high school, college JUCO player, then an all-star, then a world champ. We've got the broadcast set for you. Thanks for being with all of us. David, there's a theme that you want to unpack right away, and it's that velocity isn't everything. It doesn't hurt, but you see pitchers now, a lot of them throwing hard, so they're now our new separators.
It's not the big deal anymore. It used to be you throw 94 miles an hour. That was the end all. Nowadays, we had 55 pitchers at the PG National throw 94 miles an hour. It's not a separator anymore. We've got to dig deeper with pitchers, with spin rates, with projection, with command. But just to talk about this, I want to give you the high velocity guy for this game tonight and the low velocity guy. The high guy is Carson Wiggins from Arkansas. His brother just got drafted by the Cubs in the 2nd round. Carson's going to be probably hit 98, 99 tonight. He's going to be a 100-plus guy in another year or two. It's just what it is. He's an outstanding athlete. Now, on the flip side, you have Talon Bell from Haggerty High School in Florida, a little 5'11 lefty who's going to throw 89, 90, maybe touch a 92 or 93. In 32 perfect game innings in the last 2 years, he's allowed 6 hits and struck out 61. He can pitch. He is a Logan Allen of the Cleveland Guardians clone at this stage.
Ooh, what a great comp. Hunter, what makes this game fun is there's 280 big league alums, like Corbin Carroll, who plays here. He played in this game. There's Lindor, there's Garrett Cole, there's Bryce Harper. There's all sorts of players. So you've eyed a couple, and who do you want to see out there? Who are you excited about?
Well, there's a couple. I mean, obviously the number 1 position player, P.J. Morlando. He's got the really smooth left-handed swing. He's got really quick hands, and there's a lot to like. In 15 PG games, he's hitting over 500, and he has not struck out yet with 6 walks. Look at this. Not a big leg kick, gets wide, gets deep, and he's just a pure hitter. There's a reason he's the number 1, and it's exciting to see the future, and it's exciting to see him hit tonight. And then we got Aiden Harris. If you want pure hitter and then you want raw talent, this guy hit one 497, and he's the 2nd youngest player here in this PG All-American Classic. He's only 16 years old. Imagine the projectability of that. This is that LeBron James that you saw in high school. This is that pure talent. He can hit it a long ways, and we're going to be excited to see him and some real game action.
That's a sales pitch. That's why we brought Hunter. He understands what he's looking at. He and David will introduce you to all these athletes. I'll tell them about their journeys. It's the PG All-American Classic right around the corner.
Oh, yeah. Been waiting for this one.
The 2023 Perfect Game All-American Classic is brought to you by Dick's Sporting Goods. Every season starts at Dick's. And by Rawlings, the official baseball glove of Major League Baseball. Rawlings, the number 1 glove.
Remain standing for our national anthem. And welcome from Phoenix, Arizona, Kimberly Gunn.
See by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight, o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave.
Boy, what an incredible weekend it's been at Chase Field for these athletes as they look toward their future, as they have earned the right to be here, certainly with their play through high school, through travel ball. And let's take a look at some of the key names on this starting lineup. Dante Nori ran a 6.15 as our lineups are presented by our good friends with G-Form. That 6.15 came at Perfect Games National Showcase. Derek Curiel out of Southern California for the longest time was the #1 player in the land. You see where he's ranked now. Bottomer went from 50 to 4. Connor Griffin, he reclassified. Samuel Richardson is power, pure power out of Mississippi. Kedar Ambide has continued to earn your watchful eye.
Yeah, absolutely. He's got just such a good swing, strong arm. He won the home run derby, and it was beautiful.
South is seen behind him out of Las Vegas. Rayner out of SoCal. Caldwell out of Arkansas. Trey Snyder and Nicholas Montgomery as we walk you on down, taking a peek at some of these great athletes. Honorary first pitch being tossed out as well. This game is plugged into this community. And being a part of school visits for the young athletes that were here, underserved schools in downtown Phoenix, they gave of their time, they raised funds. Look, they've partnered with the Arizona Diamondbacks Foundation. World Series hero Luis Gonzalez represents Perfect Game and the Diamondbacks Foundation. The D-Backs Foundation does such a great job in this community and also in the state of Arizona. So what a thrill it is. Our umpires, by the way, that will be working. Gonzo walks by them off the field. Jason Rogers, Eric Bush, Mike Bell, and John Thorpe. There are our umpires. Some of the awards last night that we were honored to give out at Perfect Games Gathering in the banquet. Noah Franco, David Ronsley, the Baseball America Pitcher of the Year amongst all those names.
Somewhat ironic because he's not pitching in the game tonight, but a two-way prospect from Southern California who now goes to IMG Academy.
William Schmidt can spin it, huh?
Oh, yes, he's the TrackMan Award, 3,000-plus RPMs on his curveball, and you will see him throwing in the third inning for the East team today.
Connor Griffin is a talented two-way player, too. He won the 5-Tool Award, but really talented two-way player,
yeah,
right?
two-way player, primarily an outfielder. Is up to mid-90s on the mound, but as I said, that's not a big deal anymore. What's a big deal is his power and his 6'3" speed.
Flash Gordon is the manager of this squad. Nearly 1,000 games on the mound as a pitcher. Flash, a big part of Perfect Game and the leadership, pep talk time. But when you throw that many games in the big leagues, certainly there is wisdom that you can pass along. Clint Hurdle is the leader of this team, longtime Major League manager. Clint did successful work winning the pennant with the Rockies in 07 and taking the diamond defensively. The East team, P.J. Morlando, leading the charge, the #1 player in the land. There's Clint taking things in from his perch. There is not a better baseball man around, and he sits and scouts at Perfect Games National Showcase the entire time. Right there, watches all the athletes. And Chase Mobley takes the mound, a right-handed pitcher that we have gotten to know through the years. He's a Florida State commit. Plant City is hometown. Durant High School. This was a player that was at the Select Festival, deservedly so. Those are the numbers and limited PG experience. Chase Mobley, David, let's start with your scouting report on this right-hander.
Well, first, it's an ideal body, 6'5", 200 pounds, long and lean, plenty of room left. We should see 95 to 97 maybe tonight. Short little power slider in the mid-80s. He's always had a history as a strike thrower.
Danny Wexelman, the fourth member of our broadcast team. She is with Dante Nori, who will lead off the game. Danny, good to have you back. Take it away.
Dee, thanks so much. Dante, I know you know Chase Mobley really well. You guys play on Canes together, but you told me you've never faced him. So what's the game plan as you lead off for the West?
Game plan, especially off a game, I'm going to sit first pitch fastball and just unload on and see what happens.
Hey, go get him, okay?
Thank you.
Dee?
Dante Nori, thank you, Danny Wexelman, runs a 6'1", 500 pence. He came here at this showcase, but what's happened with him is he was a finalist for the Home Run Derby. In that speedy frame, there's some strength now.
Yeah, he's definitely got some power. You can see it. You can see the projectability. You know, he's coming up hunting heater, looking to do some damage against his teammate. And you love to see that. You love to see the competition against friends. They play on the same team. And I wonder if Mobley's going to throw him a slider first pitch and give him a wink.
Oh, I like that.
Give him a little off speed.
Can you take me back in Hunter's Wayback Machine? Could you have imagined at the high school age being a part of something like this?
No chance. I don't think I was on the radar at all. But it's come such a long way. And Perfect Game, I think, was just starting when you're going way back for when I was in there.
Still a kid.
Yeah. So I'm sure these kids are got a lot of adrenaline pumping, and this is special. It's really awesome. It's one of the greatest things to see the young talent. These are the future big leaguers and the stars that whatever organization you like, you're going to see these guys in the draft next year, and it's going to be it's fun to just kind of see that pool of the nation's talent.
David, how does one scout an all-star game? This isn't a competitive game where there's bunting and there's hitting and running. How does one scout an all-star game?
It's really a process that lasts 3 days. In this game, we're going to get little glimpses of everybody. We're going to get one inning from every pitcher. We're going to get maybe 2 at-bats from every hitter. But a lot of these big league scouts who've been here have been here in the past days to watch batting practice, to watch in and out drills and stuff, and really get a better feel overall for the players. And the batting practice is especially important. Watch that in a big league park, with all the exit velocities and everything up on the scoreboard, all the advanced metrics. It's a great thing for the scouts.
Leading off this game is Dante Nori. He's from Northville, Michigan. Northville High School plays for that Canes national team. Jeff Petty is the head coach, and away we go. Nori tries to split the gap in left field, having just a bit of time picking it up was Noah Franco, but the SoCal native finds it. Oh, it's pretty tough up there, says Noah. Nice job.
Yeah, that's one of those fly balls that can, in a big league stadium, if you're not used to it, it gets caught up in the lights. He makes does a good job of staying with it right there. And he was looking first pitch fastball, just like he told Danny. Got his fastball, but just got beat.
Beat Derek Curiel. He plays at Orange Lutheran in Southern California. He, for the longest time, has been near the top of the charts as it pertains to rankings. First fastball, 95 miles an hour. Curiel makes his home in West Covina, California. He's a Jay Johnson LSU commit. And he's the son of Rick and Linda.
Yeah, the comp for Curiel has always been Pete Crow Armstrong, former PG All-American and now a maybe a top 10 prospect in minor league baseball. Crow Armstrong didn't come into his power until he became a pro and got strong. This is what we're waiting for Curiel. He's highly athletic, fast, pure center fielder, just waiting for that little extra 10, 15 pounds to kick in for the power to develop.
What about a Yelich? He looks a lot like very Yelich-y, a young Christian Yelich right there.
That's an outstanding comp.
2-1 good fastball, 96 miles an hour from Chase. Curiel plays for USA Prime 2024 national team. Chase the winner last night of the Nick Adenhart Award for overcoming so much adversity in his life, as we see that fastball there. It was a couple of years ago that Mobley went through something that he never thought he would, and his dad is looking down smiling. In the year 2021, he lost his father tragically. He pitches with the inspiration of Dad, and this is some inspired stuff.
That is 97 with that ride out of the zone. Spin rates aren't spectacular on that as far as analytic profile, but he throws the ball where he wants to, and that was the perfect pitch, the perfect count to get Curiel.
So his mom, Kim, has been such an important part of his life. His sister, Riley, who's a great softball player as well. And it's the three of them now going through life together. A couple of years ago, Chase, as he faces the dangerous Caleb Bonham, One perfect game, stay the course award. In other words, just stay the course you're on with all you've been through, and he has. Bonnemer, line drive, base hit left field, turned that one around immediately. That was a bolt. Hustling on around into left field. It's a double. He homered twice at Perfect Games National Showcase. He pitches in right away at the Classic.
Bonnemer must be hoping and praying that he gets drafted by the Diamondbacks because he owns Chase Field after his performance at National. And, of course, first pitch double down the line. Not the best barrel, but he put it in the right place.
Oh, that's a beautiful bat path right there. He saw a 78-mile-an-hour curveball into a 96-mile-an-hour, the elastic, that just nasty slingshot that Mobley's throwing out there. That's a beautiful at bat, not phased at all. What a swing.
This is a reclassification. It wasn't too long ago that this man was going to graduate in 2025. He jumped up a class. Number 2 player in the land, and he hits it hard toward the middle of the diamond. Ranging, fielding, firing, and the throw is off the mark from short. That's a great effort by Bryce Clavon, but it will cost him a run as it slips on by into center field. It's a run on a miscue, an acrobatic play certainly by the shortstop, but the West jumps out on top.
Yeah, and right there in some of these games, you're trying to do a little too much. This is probably a base hit no matter what. He tries to make the razzle-dazzle right there. And unfortunately, there goes the throw, and they're going to get a run off of that. But that's good hustle right there. You love to see it. These guys are hustling everywhere.
Danny, what do you have for us?
Yeah, Dee, you mentioned the reclassification. He's taking 11th and 12th grade classes, 2 science, physics, and engineering. He said, yeah, it is hard, but it's worth it.
Outstanding. There's a couple of here. We'll introduce you to Cam Caminetti, a local product who also is reclassified. But first, let's meet Samuel Richardson. He's from Mississippi. His hitting coach, if you remember the Brewers and you remember Billy Hall as he might have been known, that's his baseball uncle. And Richardson, a huge bat. This is huge power. He's a Texas commit.
Yeah, and it's a kind of power that you don't see.
That kind of power. Driven toward left field, but the play is made out there and left. Had to jump in on you, D. Sorry about that. I didn't know if he would give it a ride.
Hey.
That's the kind of power we're talking about. A lean you to left, but the play by Franco.
I never let myself believe that I was gonna be in the big leagues. I always worked for it until I achieved it. Back in Puerto Rico, I remember my dad hit me ground balls from the top of the hill. That forced me to always move my feet. There were no limits to where I could go, so I played with no limits.
We welcome you back, Hunter and Danny and David and Darren, as we see the right arm of Levi Sterling, a talented two-way player, going to work. He will deal with our Yeti starting lineup with a two-way player at the top. And I mean football, quarterback, and baseball. That's Bryce Clavon. Owen Pano plays hoops and plays it very well. Orlando, one of the best players in the land. We already told you about Levi. He's pitching. Noah Franco, Aiden Harris, the metrics man who does it all. He's from New Jersey, Andre Modugno, the flyer and Mullinex, Johnston, Kason, and Miles Bailey. Yeti presents the starting lineup, the best in the class of 2024. His name is Levi Sterling, wears number 14 on that jersey. He earns this assignment. He's from Notre Dame, Sherman Oaks High School. That's where Hunter Green went to high school. He's from Los Angeles, California. And David, he's a Texas commit.
Yes, and much like Hunter Green at the same age, Levi Sterling, a two-way player. It's very notable to me that he's starting this game and is listed as a right-handed pitcher. He's been a little hesitant to declare himself a primary pitcher. To me, his comp is Shane Baz, former PG All-American, now with Tampa Bay. The first time any scout saw Sterling on the mound, they went, "Oh no, son, you're not an infielder, you're a pitcher." And it was the same way when I saw Shane Baz back when he was 16 years old. But Sterling, you'll see some mid-90s. You'll see a fast, loose arm. And Sorry, Levi. I know you want to play both ways, but you're a pitcher. And the honor of starting.
The sting.
The honor of starting first inning at a PG All-American game. I mean, that says it all right there.
Bryce Clavon's been waiting an awful long time for this talented athlete. Nice, his nickname, from Stockbridge, Georgia. This is a 3-star quarterback. This is an incredible shortstop. Still is not committed to play because he'd like to play both sports in college. We shall see as he picks on a breaking ball, and it's a fly ball to center field. That's an easy chance for Derek Curiel, who's playing out there, the Southern Californian.
And it might be partially Clavon's influence. There were footballs flying all over the field, Chase Field,
Yep.
in pre-games before BP. There was a lot of kids getting warmed up throwing and running patterns with Clavon mostly doing the throwing.
There's a youngin', and when he was a youngin', this man loved the Yankees, still does. His name, Owen Pano. He's from Poughkeepsie, New York, a great state-level basketball player, too. Matt and Kate, his parents, as he goes to work. Mississippi commit, Ole Miss. A little two-seam dive on that pitch.
I love hearing about two-sport athletes, particularly basketball, because it's not as common as football. It'd be interesting. I wonder if there's been some smack talk between Carson Wiggins and Pano about who might be the better basketball player. Go watch a Carson Wiggins dunk highlight reel on YouTube sometime. It's pretty special.
All right, I'll have to check that out. I love seeing the high schoolers run and dunk and the athleticism of today's athlete.
I'm digging that changeup. That's just me. I like dunks, but I like back-to-back changeups. Huh?
I mean, he threw a first pitch curveball. You want to talk about pitchability when you got the Bugs Bunny. Yoink! Is that a wiffle ball or a baseball? To have that in high school, that is pitching right there, perfectly located.
And keep in mind, Sterling has not thrown nearly as many innings as probably every other pitcher that you'll see in this game. He's probably the least experienced in his lifetime innings, and he's got all these pitches already.
The #1 player in the nation is P.J. Morlando. His father served our country for 2 decades in the United States Air Force. He's a South Carolina commit. Look at the stats of what he's done at PG events this year. He was a finalist for the Home Run Challenge earlier. He won Major League Baseball's high school home run derby in Seattle this summer.
Yeah, and it was one of the best shows you could see between him and Aiden. I believe it was. Or wait, who was he up against? The guy who won it.
Aaron Beatty.
And it was like they both hit 15 in the first round. They went extra rounds, and he just was gassed. And I think you want to see him in a big league at bat versus just swinging. But they were both just launching, no doubters over the pool. What a swing this kid has.
He has a beautiful swing, a lot of confidence. When he won the event in Seattle, Samuel Richardson was up there, who's here in this game. Those two were the finalists on that day.
Look at that Juan Soto kind of getting in the legs right there, David.
Usually when you see a player this age who doesn't have the stride,
yeah.
You're automatically thinking, that you're not going to be able to develop the bat speed. But he gets into his hips. You see hip shift, and he's strong enough. And that's the first time he has struck out this summer in a perfect game at bat. This is his 16th game. Wow, for Levi Sterling.
Waiter, I'll take a changeup. I'll take 2 as a matter of fact. Just bring them. Keep bringing them. 2023 Perfect Game All-American Classic is brought to you by Leaf, the exclusive trading card partner of Perfect Game. By Turtlebox, the loudest, truly portable, waterproof Bluetooth speaker on the market and ready for anything. And by Perfect Game, the largest and most independent scouting service in all of baseball. And as we welcome you back to the final full frame, we'll see how it rolls into the ninth inning. We go meet Dino, Jake Yeager. Dino, his nickname. He's from Odenton, Maryland. Archbishop Spalding, his school. Mid-Atlantic Red Sox for this young man who is a Maryland commit. Certainly, Hunter and I enjoyed what has gone on the last few years at Maryland. He's a son of Matt and Penny. This is a wonderful opportunity to pitch so late in this game. Meet Jake Yeager.
And Yeager has that profile body, 6'4", 195 pounds. Fast arm, has been up to 95, as pretty much all these guys have been at one point. And we'll see if he's throwing the strikes that we've seen so many of the last few innings from our young pitchers.
There's Braylon Payne, Jerry and Maurice, his parents. He's the only child. There's just the three of them at home.
Now, do these kids get to pick their intros? Because they're coming out to some good songs.
I think so, yes.
We had some Green Day, some Mystical.
Payne hits that one high to the left side, drifting in, putting that one away out there. Mr. Namala to make the play here in the ninth inning. Akil Namala is the third baseman.
Yes, and to answer your question, Hunter, they definitely are asked for their
That's
song.
awesome.
We heard
That's
that
awesome.
in the home run derbies. You know, when they get up there more, they played the song their entire at bat, the full song.
All right.
So
Charlie again. Charlie Bates. Stanford commit.
All right, here's another take here for. I'll let you hit up on Charlie Bates, but Yeager has a little bit of Roy Oswald in him. He just really gets down in his legs before he lets it rip. What do you got on that, Darren David?
I'll let the scout go. He probably helped sign Roy Oswald.
I did. I drafted Roy Oswald.
Look at where he's throwing from. He's getting down in his legs, and like Roy Oswald would squat so low he would throw it from like a foot above the ground by the time he released it.
Yeah, the difference being when we drafted Roy Oswald, I believe in 1997, when I was with the Astros, he was 5'10", 150 pounds. And sent him back to junior college in Mississippi, and he grew 25 pounds and was throwing 95 by the time his next spring season ended. We had him under control.
What is the story? The story was that he was like working on his car, and you see him kind of really get down in his legs, and he releases that ball pretty low. But Roy Oswald was like working on his car, and like he was doing like the shock thing or whatever. It shocked his arm, and all of a sudden he started throwing 97 or something like that. It's like like the Little Big League or something.
I'm selling on that one.
I think he said it.
David, 3-2.
Only facts.
Charlie swings right through that one. A little bit of jump. It doesn't necessarily reflect in the high spin rate, but look at this extra gear at home plate.
And I think that's what they're talking about. Hunter's talking about with the angle he's coming. He's a tall kid, but he's not like Anson Siebert working down.
Yeah,
that stride out,
down to up. It's the rise ball.
The hips sink down, and that's a big thing in the analytical world now. Is the plane, the different kind of plane you can get.
It doesn't rise apparently physically, but it really seems like it does.
It doesn't sink.
Yeah, it planes out.
It carries. It's carry in the zone, I believe, is the
Carries?
proper scouting phrase.
That's the scouting phrase?
Yes. Getting good carry on your pitches. Carry through the zone.
Connor hits that one hard to the left side, but Akil Namala fires on across. Connor Griffin is erased. Shoots it on over to Cade Brown. Mr. Namala, fine play.
There's a lot of great players, but very few icons. To be an icon, you have to be good on and off the field. The gold and black is iconic. I just love how they mesh together at the top.
The icon bat is very balanced and light feel, which allows you to trust your barrel. It feels good when you swing it.
Icon's different because the sweet spot felt huge. The pop, you just throw the bat out and the ball just flies.
If you're an elite player, you'll love the icon.
Being in the wild is the best when you're with your family.
We do all kinds of different things at camp. Go fish, surf, dive. I think I'll probably be coming out here the rest of my life.
Please spend time with us next week because we are going to have a blast with the finest 13U players in the land. 11 o'clock Eastern, and with your coffee out west, 8 o'clock in the morning. It's the 13U Select Festival. Watch it all on Perfect Game TV from on campus at the University of Tennessee. I'll be able to be lucky enough to be on the call with Danny Wexelman down in the dugout and Jeremy Brown, the great writer and scout, sitting to my side. So that'll be next week. And there's a Select Festival alum right there. Cam Caminetti played in the 14U game. The two-way player, we've seen him hit twice. If he really went on a healthy bike ride, that's how close he is to living here. He could ride his bike from Scottsdale. He's looking to lock this game down. Now, we see him as the hitter. Who is he as a pitcher?
I think most people consider him a primary left-handed pitcher, although he pitched very little this spring for his high school. He's been up to 96 for us in the past. I think he was throwing mid-90s as a 14-year-old. I mean, he's always been a prodigy with his arm, and certainly has grown into the pitcher's body now, but still really a true two-way guy.
And it's a chance to see Brendan Lawson again, the Canadian who picked up a base hit his first opportunity. Singled back in the 6th inning, did Lawson. As he swings through that one, 0-2 the count.
Did you say mid-90s at 14?
Yes, mid-90s at 14.
What?
And he's done very little pitching since then.
Okay.
I think it's something that's just by design almost. You know, the arm strength's there. It's always been there. But we're not going to go out and throw a lot of innings and abuse it. And when you can throw 96, and he just turned 17, I think, last week or something.
Oh, yeah, it's loose, too. He just kind of leans back and lets it rip. That is, look how relaxed he is. That is a beautiful release.
Well, you were talking about how relaxed he is in the batter's box.
Yeah.
How calm and,
look at this.
and
the poise, the
moment.
timing. Yeah, he does it on both, man. This is a ball player right here.
That's an athlete.
Ty Southacene has had a good game. He may have his name called. We'll see. That's not a bad MVP candidate. As Cade Brown sends that one back to the screen. Cade first pitch swinging, didn't get to talk a lot about him. What a journey he has had. He talks about that sophomore year where he wasn't growing like he thought, got frustrated with the game, and just kept grinding. His dad, Chan, is a legendary high school baseball coach at Parkview High School. And this is a true worker. This is a young man that has earned everything he's gotten, whether it's in the classroom with a 4.16 National Honor Society or being, quote-unquote, the coach's kid, having to outplay expectations. He has earned everything he has gotten. And you've seen him develop a lot, David. I'm guessing he's probably had 1,000 at-bats at East Cobb.
Yes, he has. He's a presence there. And what you say about being a coach's kid holds true there. It's a double-edged sword, really. You know, if you're the coach's kid, you know, my kid's going to play shortstop or whatever. But it's two ways, especially if you're a coach the level of Chan Brown at a program like Parkview. You have to be able to play to get on the field. There's no two ways about it.
Well, he works a really big walk right there, and we're in a one-run ball game right here, so that's a big base runner for the East.
Yeah, we don't talk about
Nice
the scores.
at bat.
Yeah, we don't talk about the scores much in this game, but
hey, you
know,
want guys
they
who
do.
find a way to
That's
win.
the fun thing.
Oh,
they
they
do.
do.
They care about this score.
And they know that West won last year in extra innings. So
Caminetti trying to lock this thing down. Fires that one just off the plate inside. He is a family relative to the late Ken Caminetti, and certainly all that Ken did before his tragic passing, they are very proud to wear that Caminetti name. Two good baseball names here, Caminetti and Sheffield, as that's hit on the ground. Could do it. There's one on to first. Did he dig it out? He did! It's a double play, and the West wins it. Wow, what a play at first. The beautiful scoop by Al Kaikea. Celebrate, West team. Celebrate.
Oh, no, and they're going for the pool. They were told not to. I think there's security out there. They might get rejected.
yeah, you could see them out there.
Nope. This kid's going to try to go around anyway.
Who's our leader there?
No, they're told no.
They went for it.
The PG All-American Classic, and the West team is victorious. Here is the double play. Hunter, what a way to end it.
Yeah, and it's, two guys that have baseball in their blood, Sheffield versus Caminetti, and nice smooth turn two. Look at him picking as well. Bang, bang, Sheffield hustling. Walk-off double play.
How about a catcher over there at first? Alkaikea with a beautiful scoop.
And he made that beautiful scoop on Ty Southseen's unbelievable play as well, or that wouldn't have been a successful, outstanding play.
I think we've got a fun MVP, a man who had to do special things at National. I think we got it right. Ty Southseen is coming in. I think. Did Ty Southseen win that MVP? They'll get Gonzo out there. Let's see if it's official. Danny, go for it. Danny, did Ty win it?
D, thank you so much. I am so excited to announce the Dick's Sporting Goods All-American Classic MVP presented by our honorary chairman, Luis Gonzalez, to Ty Southseen. Three-time Select Fest alum, how special is this moment for you?
It's a special one. I went to 3, never won until now. I actually got my first hit today too, and it's great. You know these guys, and you've been knowing them for about 4 years, 6 years now, and these great people. I like, me personally, I love being around great souls, and every single guy, all 60 guys here, are just great souls, and it's not about winning this, it's not about getting the gear. All these guys, man, there's great people, and I met a couple guys I'll be brothers for life with.
We've talked a lot about what it's taken for you to get here and where you're at. You have so much confidence, but I know that you've been working on a lot for your game. To get to this game, you showed out at National. Speak to what work you've put in on your game.
Being undersized, you're just blessed. You put in the work, and I really wouldn't be here without my parents, though. I just want to give a shout out to my parents. It's not, I didn't just put in the work. My parents put in the work behind it, and I'm just really blessed to have such a great parents and great brothers, and this award, this year, it wouldn't happen without my parents. So no matter how much work I put in, it's all about my parents.
Oh, hey.
Great job, Danny, by the way.
Yeah, outstanding. I think we're still going. Are we still going on the interview?
Oh, I think she's still going.
Let me grab one more. I basically avoided it. Hey, one more, because you're talking about your family and all these guys around here cheering your name. What are your brothers meant to you?
I love my brothers to death. They mean the world to me. Just like I said about my parents, I really wouldn't be here without my brothers too. Those guys push me every day, and they show up every day. Every single one of them, if you ask them to do anything, they got me, and I know they got me. So I just want to shout out my brothers, shout out my mom, my dad, my aunties, my grandmas, my grandpa. I love all of them, and I appreciate y'all to death.
Congratulations.
Thank you, Miss Danny.
D?
Yeah, great job tonight, Danny. All the stuff you did down there, our entire production team, an incredible job. I mean, really, it's an honor, whether it's the Steve Banta-led production team or all the work that he has done, the Jason Cardona-led production team as well. Everyone was very strong. David, your scouting team and all the information that was passed along, and then you sitting here in the booth. I think you and I have done about a decade worth of these together. And Hunter Pence, we love that you love amateur baseball, man. Thanks for being with us.